Hi, my name is Troy Henninger, principal of Brunswick High School, and welcome to another edition of Hey Brunswick. Hey Brunswick is a monthly video podcast where we will be sharing news and events from Brunswick students and staff, plus opportunities for community connection.
We begin this month with a story about new supports for students. This past fall, funds from the American Rescue Plan allowed every Brunswick school to add a new social worker position that would, for the very first time, be available to any student in the school. I sat down with BHS's new social worker, Meredith Vogel, to learn about how her work is distinct from other types of support.
Historically, there have only been special education social workers. This is the first time there's been a regular education social worker. So students can meet with me or come find me and get support from me by either just coming to my classroom. I'm in 207 upstairs. So what's unique about my role that's different than the Sweetser clinician or your guidance counselor is that we would have like regular meetings. So I still have confidentiality, which is an important thing for everyone to know, and that what you tell me stays with me, aside from like major safety concerns. I think one thing that I would just want like all students to know is that their feelings are important. And so I hear from a lot of kids like, my situation is stressing me out, but I know somebody has it worse. And so sometimes they don't talk about their feelings because they have a friend that has it worse, or they know somebody has it worse, or they know the situation could just be worse. And then they don't talk about their feelings, and that is harmful to them. And I think that everyone deserves attention like that, like one-on-one time where someone's just devoted to their needs.
To meet Ms. Vogel or refer a friend, visit room 207. For a few days in February, BHS World Language students enjoyed a foreign language festival curated by their teachers. Alongside the unveiling of the library's brand new Books and Other Languages collection, students worked on authentic crafts, games, music, movies, and of course, food. Mrs. Null explained to us the symbols in the Mardi Gras sweets that students create.
The fleur-de-lis, typical French. Music, very important part of Mardi Gras. A crown, you often have a king and a queen in the Mardi Gras parades. The three colors, traditional colors, are purple, gold, and green. And this is done. Purple is justice, gold is power, and green is faith. And these are kind of arbitrary traditional colors because those are the three tenets for Mardi Gras, because it's the beginning of Lent. Lent will start the next day, so it's the end of the carnival season from the Three Kings Day to the day before Lent starts.
There was a lot to celebrate across BHS's 8 varsity teams. BHS athletes were state champions in 2 sports, the wrestling cooperative team with Mount Ararat and the boys alpine skiing cooperative team with Freeport. Other standout seasons came from the girls alpine skiing joint team with Freeport, who finished second in the state, and girls basketball, who fell 3 points shy of making it to the state final game. Among the many individual triumphs across our teams, some of the most notable have been girls basketball point guard Logan Brown reaching the 1,000 career point milestone for just the 5th time in school history. Swimmer Sarah Palmer, who placed second in the state 100-meter breaststroke and also broke the 19-year-old school record in that event earlier this season. And finally, Caden Green's school record-shattering triple jump of 37 feet 2 1/4 inches.
If you were really fast in clicking the link to last month's Hey Brunswick, then this story will look a little familiar. We had included it in the pod at first, but we removed it to be able to add more, since really it just keeps getting better. The story is about a growing partnership between Brunswick Schools and Canopy Farms, an aquaculture facility in downtown Brunswick that has received federal funding to educate the public while growing great food for local restaurants and markets. So far, Farm Director Kate Holcomb has hosted 4 BHS science classes, with more in the pipeline, as Mr. McCullough explained.
How this all got started was this past fall, Canopy Farms Aquaponics with Kate Holcomb reached out to Brunswick High School to talk to us about some of their educational outreach programming and plans for how they might interface with us and other students or teachers in the local area. I was able to bring my honors biology students to go tour the facility, learn about aquaponics, and tie in what we were doing in the classroom concerning some different cyclings, like carbon cycling, nitrogen cycling, to what happens in a large aquaponics program. It was really cool. I think it was meaningful for the students because they got to see real world examples of what we talk about in the classroom, and they got to see a part of our community that I think that they were unaware of. They were really interested in the entire process of aquaponics that they might have seen on the small scale, but not seen in the large scale. They were able to, see some really cool things like big pools of fish, but then tie that to some different entrepreneurial ideas about how we can produce for local industries. They were able to tie that into the science, both concerning the botany of growing and maintaining the plants that are there, as well as the reuse of different energy sources.
In anticipation of the long, cold February break, the Better Together Book Club sponsored a rather massive book swap on Valentine's Day. Teachers and students contributed loads of volumes so that everyone had something to curl up with over the break.
So the library and the book club are hosting a Valentine's Day book swap. Basically the way it works is that all the way throughout the month leading up to the 14th, people can bring in old books from their houses that they've either read and are done with or they don't want anymore, in exchange for a book token, and then they can come here and exchange the book token for a new book.
For this month's Principal's Corner, you are in for a treat, as Mr. Henninger shares some of the more interesting nooks and crannies in our beloved building.
Thank you, Andrew, for the update. And now for this segment, I'd like to take you on a tour of Brunswick High School. Last month, we discussed some of the various offerings we have at Brunswick High School. This month, we would like to show you some of the other locations and resources Brunswick High School has to offer. Brunswick High School Cafeteria currently offers free breakfast and lunch for all its students. So as you make your way through the halls, you will see examples of all the wonderful artwork our students have created over the years. Crooker Theater is home to BHS players. It has hosted multiple shows through the years, including Mamma Mia, Peter and the Starcatchers, The Gondoliers, and you can check out this year's performance of the 1988 musical Footloose later this month. While strolling through the hallways, you may find yourself at the Science Department's aquarium room. The room consists of 2 saltwater tanks and a few freshwater tanks. One notable feature is a touch tank, where the department hopes to have marine biology and zoology students teach Kate Furbish and HBS students about some of Maine's native marine life. The Brunswick High School gym has hosted a variety of games for our boys and girls basketball and volleyball teams this season. In the spring and fall, BHS students play on the school's many athletic fields. These are excellent places to show you BHS Dragon Pride. I hope you've enjoyed this tour of Brunswick High School and some of the great examples of what we offer students and the community. Hope to see you at our next podcast. Now here is the segment from our student correspondence.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Hi, I'm Simone. I'm Lily. And I'm Miss Sweetheart. And we are doing a campaign through Sources of Strength. And Sources of Strength is a suicide prevention club that offers mental health support to the students of our school.
Yeah. And today what we're doing is a student comes by and fills out their name on a ticket, and they take this ticket to a teacher and they say, what do you do to reduce stress? And the teacher takes the ticket and puts it in this nice bag. And then you get a chance to win whoopie pies. How fun is that? Woo!
We'll close this episode out with an announcement. By popular demand, the library's open mic series will be extended into the spring. Sign up now to perform at or attend the next show on Thursday, March 31st. The most recent open mic in February featured a couple tunes from members of the BHS staff house band Mama Tried. Enjoy!